finale, while the senior minister, I'm talking about Barrister Nyesom Wike, will grace the closing ceremony. To this effect, the organizing committee has written to the Federal Ministry of Youth and Sport Development seeking their approval to use the main bowl of the MKO Abiola National Stadium in Abuja and its adjournment facilities. Finally, we've seen the facilities here in Abuja being put to good use, not kept for so long a time, and becomes more or less a forgotten arena. The last time I realized the facility was used for religious activity, which we frowned at some few weeks ago. But at least it's good to see that sport in the FCT it's developing, it's moving. Fine, but
yeah, it is moving indeed. My biggest joy, Mr. J, as Sport Bishop, is that it is not only cut across to secondary school. We have a primary school as well involved, but the junior high as well as a senior high. Yeah. And if we are talking about the next Victor Osimhen, this is where we should be getting them from. If you are talking about the next Haruna Kodri, this should be the kind of competition we need to be looking at. Join us live on the show, beginning from Thursday, being the flag of a ceremony when it will be happening. We are working behind the scene to make sure that VOP is well captured in that sporting event. We will keep that on the wraps. Hopefully from tomorrow next, we should have that extensively. But then our biggest joy is that, just like the Sport Bishop said, our facilities are now been put into what it should be it should be used, and that is sporting activities. From the secondary school down to the primary school, and having a football field, pitches, the package B training section being used for what it ought to be used for. When we say catch them young, this is what we are talking about.
This is the right time to catch them young. And when you said it, I just want to paint what you have said a little bit, because if you want to be up there, you have to start from the basics.
Definitely.
And there's no other basics to start with rather than starting from primary and secondary schools. This is what we've been clamoring for. This is what other nations have been doing, that when we meet them, it seems as if they are doing magic. It is not magic. It is when you prepare very well, when you catch them young, groom them very well into the various sports, you see that they are very capable of. When you see their capacity, you build them towards it, and it's not a magic. They'll be very successful, and it's a way. Thank God, thankfully enough, FCT have a capacity now, have a facility that
scattered across the whole geopolitical zone. Have you been to the stadium in Buhari? Area 10, area 3,
across the whole zone.
Local government,
so beautiful, so beautiful.
Just to add to Mr. J, Sport Bishop, recall that right there in the US of A, when when they have their NBA, virtually all the streets has a basketball court.
Absolutely.
Yes. You go down to their primary school, that is their not their college now.
They have courts.
They have their courts. They have their bowling. They have their football pitch. They have their swing pitch. They have their tennis court. It is a complete package.
It's a
at age 5, age 6, age 7, they are catching them younger at such an age. You look at Michael Phelps before he broke into the Olympics and winning the medals. Go back to his primary school days. He started there to rule.
Yes.
This is the kind of sporting activities we're talking about. If we want our sports to grow, this is where it starts from. And VOP, we will be partnering with them.
That
is what we want.
Yeah.
Anyway, we know that in the primary school academy, there will be, for the track event, the 100 meters, 200 meters, 400 meters, 4x100 relay, the mixed relay. For the field event, for the primary school, you have long jump, high jump, and football, but only for boys. They say the girls should wait small.
I think that's a good one.
Absolutely.
That's a good one.
In the junior secondary school category, we have the 100 meters, 200 meters, 400 meters, 800, 100, 4x100, 4x400 relay, and mixed relay. In the field event, you have the long jump, high jump, javelin, football, volleyball, and handball. For the senior secondary school, you have, for the track and field event, the 100 meters, 200, 400, 800, 3000, 5,000, 4x100, 4x400, and the mixed relay. For the field event, for the seniors high school, you have long jump, high jump, shot put, javelin, football, volleyball, handball, badminton, basketball, and table tennis. And for the board games, for the senior, you have chess, Scrabble, Ludo, Ayo.
Ayo.
Exactly.
Ayo. And that is the local game.
Absolutely.
You see, that is why I am commending the organizers of this competition. I haven't have the likes of football and the rest coming in, and we have the game of Ludo, and that's our own local game. And we have the what's it called? The Ayo. The Ayo is that one that my grandfather and my grandmother
in my father's compound.
And they fell in love with each other when my father was playing and winning my mother. Both of them fell in love and eating cashew and playing.
What game of unity you mean? You know, I could cast my mind back to my village now, because in my father's compound, Ayo is played to high excess, and people from neighboring villages.
I'm happy about this.
Hold on.
Okay.
They come around, they play this thing, and we have people, the locals, they have joy playing this thing, and we are clamoring for one day when this thing will be on the world, on the world stage, and
it should definitely start from somewhere.
It's getting there now. So if we recognize our own, that's one important thing we need to do, because we kept following the steps of the foreigners. If we come to skating, we come to what is it called?
Skateboarding,
all other
canoeing, rolling,
all other sports. Let me just say all other sports. There's none has its origin from here. And when we come to Olympics, we find it difficult to compete favorable with them.
That is true.
Promoting our own is a very, very good thing, and I wish and I hope we'll be able to promote it onto the world stage, whereby African continents, nations will be able to hold onto some sports that will compete favorably and win medals.
Okay, now moving quickly before we leave the African scene, we'd like to know that Nigerian footballer Rinsola Babajide has expressed delight to have ended our goal drought at the UD Costa Tenerife ahead of the 2024 Olympic qualifier against Cameroon. The 25-year-old last scored for our club in October the 1st in their 2-1 home loss to Real Madrid. It was against the same opponent that she returned to scoring on Sunday, scoring her team's consolation goal in a 2-1 loss in the Premier Division Feminine game week 18 game at the Estadio Alfredo Di Stefano in Madrid. She drew her club level in the 15th minute after Olga Carmona had put Real Madrid ahead on the 28th minute. Broom scored the match winner 2 minutes into added time. Rinsola represented England at youth level before switching allegiance to Nigeria, making a debut in the 1-0 draw against Ethiopia. That game came on October the 25th, 2023. We hear that the first leg of that game on Friday will be on the 23rd at the start the reunification in Douala, where the first fixture will take place 3 days later here at the MK Abiola Stadium in Abuja. I come to you, fine boy. We are gradually moving to that to the start of that game. 23rd is not too long away from now.
It's only 3 days from now.
And exactly. And the girl just, she scored over the weekend. Good boost for her before she's one of the list of players being called up by Coach Randy Wardrop to take up that game.
Just so you know, the ladies have just jetted out the shores of Nigeria off to Douala in Cameroon to prosecute that game. What a time to pick form. What a time to start scoring, because we need our players to start scoring from all cylinders.
Has that just backed the new move to the US?
I'm telling you, Rashida Ajibade doing so well with Atletico Madrid.
Echegine with Juventus. Great time to be a coach.
I'm telling you, what a time for these players to start
scoring. And it's called Randy Wardrop as well.
No, why now? Why are you like this? Allow me. Why are you like this? Okay, Wardrop, we'll come to you, but let's talk about our own. And those ladies, I must tell you, over the weekend they turned out such an impressive performance. Aside the goals that they scored, their overall play, it is something that's what a delight, something that worth talking about again and again. I pity for our opponents right there in Cameroon. They're going to see that the Super Falcons, to which the last watch is going to be a new Super Falcons that have improved in their game. And Coach Randy Wardrop, let me come to him now. He says that he's targeting the Olympic qualifiers, and it seems that this man is immense business. Unlike before, Mr. J, it is only few days to the competition. He flies into Nigeria to galvanize the girls, and before you know, they are prosecuting again. And the brilliance of the girls will win the match, and he will come rejoicing. But right now, we are seeing him resuming camp much more earlier.
Well, you have a better contract than what you got the last time out.
Bishop. Did you see the contract? Did you see it?
Bishop.
But even if you did not see it, it's a good one. It's a good omen, actually.
What else will you expect for someone who had done very well in his last outing? Probably he did very well in the World Cup, and
according to you, right?
No, for me, he did very well in the World Cup.
I want to be sure.
Yeah, he did, and every Nigerian will also agree with me that he did very well. It's just very unfortunate that we'll lose out to England on penalties.
Okay.
But then this is a very good ground for you to build on.
Okay.
If you have the backing of the stakeholders, the FA, as in, I don't even know I don't want to talk too much about this. There's no better time for this game to come on than now. And lucky her, she has all the players doing well in their respective clubs. It's a very good time for, and we don't expect anything less than getting the ticket for the Olympics.
Before we leave the Super Falcons, first of all, I want to hear from Five, but I know this is quite. I'm trying to get him to jump the fence quickly. Where does this leave Charles Medugu, the acting coach during the period where he qualified for the African Cup of Nations and got us this far to the third round of the Paris Olympics? And are we sure that we're going to break the jinx because we've not been at the Olympics in the past 2 editions? It is the time for Nigeria to be playing. That's a knowing full well that only 2 teams will make it to the Paris Olympics.
Definitely, you look at Madugu, the standing coach that coached the Super Falcons while the contract of Randy Waldron was being sorted out. Yes, he was neither here nor there when it was time for him to renew his contract. Madugu did a good job, no doubt.
I'm a big fan of him. You know that already.
The ladies actually loved him. His style of play brought out the best in the ladies,
kind of football.
Especially when we played out right here at the main bowler stadium at MK Abiola. We were impeccable.
Yeah.
But there was something he said that he was in for the interim. That when it's done, it is left for the NFF and the fans to decide his fate. And of course, we all know that the NFF
couldn't decide it.
The fans actually we can, but the NFF under Agasso listen to their intuition and that of the federal government than the fans. I can tell you for a fact.
Sure, yeah.
Even if the fans will say, "Oh, this is the man that won. This is man that won." If they want a foreign coach, trust me, nobody can talk them out of it. They will stick to their guns and say, "This is the kind of coach we want."
That's why I say the fans unfortunately couldn't have a say.
Sadly, the fans will only wish, but it is the NFF that has a knife and have the yam and have the cocoyam, and now they have cut the yam towards the angle of a wild drawn. Madugo, we hope that after now, it is the best thing that should happen to the Super Falcons
outside foreign coach.
He returned back his position as assistant.
You say what?
He returned back his position. He was an assistant, so he returns back to assistant position.
I know. I'm just saying that moving forward, being the head coach
of keep understudy.
Yeah. He should keep faith in his position as assistant coach.
He knows his position as an interim. So now that the new Sharif has come back, he was in town. He went on a break, and now that he has resumed office, he has to vacate the position of the head coach. But good one for Madugu. He will have his time.
Absolutely.
He will have his time.
Okay, guys, before we take the break, let's let you know you can be part of the show. We can talk about everything we've discussed so far, from the All Africa Games to the camp of the Super Falcons, as like he has said, jetted out all the way to Cameroon for that big game against Cameroon that will come on the 23rd. You can talk to us simple. How do you get in touch with us? Don't forget, today is the prediction night as well, where we'll be taking your predictions. You stand a chance of winning something juicy. Cut to the sport team here on Voice of the People 96.1 FM. How do you do that? Simple. Just predict the result of both games that will come up tonight. How can you do that? Simple. Send us a text, an SMS, or you can call us either on WhatsApp or normal call on this number 0700 010 691 691. I'll take that again 0700 010 691 691. You can be part of the show. Send us your messages. We'll give voices to them and call us. Let's talk about everything we discussed so far. Of course, coming up, the Champions League. We'll take a breather. We'll take a break. When we come back, we jet off to Europe. I know what we do. It's Champions League night, and Man City is in action. Don't go nowhere.
Every play, every score, and every victory is a story waiting to be told. Sports Bid. Weekdays at 8:30 a.m. Now you have a voice.
After a long week at school, don't you want to wind down and have fun?
Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
I can't hear you!
Aye, Captain! Tune in to the Kids Cafe and enjoy story time, spelling bees, and poems, and win amazing prizes.
Catboy! Owlette! Gecko! Let's go!
Kids Cafe, Saturdays at 11 a.m. on VOP 96.1 FM. It's the Kids Cafe. Come, let's have fun.
I can't think of a Alright! DJ Masks, DJ Masks.
Glory to God and to the Lamb. Beauty to the throne of eternity.
Brotherhood of the Cross and Star presents the Everlasting Gospel Movement on Radio every Saturday, 6 to 7 p.m. on 96.1 FM. Tune in and be blessed. Thank you, Father.
Adoration, adoration.
I found a love for me.
Love, sex,
Darling, just dive right in.
relationship drama. It's Abuja Late Night on Voice of the People, 96.1 FM. Now you have a voice.
Well, I never knew you were the someone.
Meet us on YouTube, Insta, and Twitter at Voice of the People 96.1 FM.
Today's sun is so hot though.
So what are you waiting for? Get the authentic taste of creamy cold berry ice cream. To order online from Gariki, call 090-8831-5907. Guarimpa 090-8831-5909. And Lugbe 090-8845-3416.
Enjoy authentic cold berry ice cream.
Come put your mouth where your club is. Are you a Manchester City fan? Manchester United. Chelsea. Arsenal. Liverpool.
When you walk through a storm.
Or do you represent FC Barcelona? Real Madrid? Or maybe even Bayern Munich? It doesn't matter the shade. Come represent your club on Sports Soccer Board. It comes your way every Saturday at 3 p.m. on your sporty radio dial. Voice of the People, 96.1 FM. It's all about you, the fans. You snooze, you lose.
Tune in for all the action. Rep your team and be loyal to the game. Sports Lounge, weekdays 4 to 5 p.m. Now you have a voice.
Okay, guys, if you're just joining us, welcome back to the show. It's still Sport Lounge on Voice of the People, 96.1 FM Abuja. I am your Sport Bishop, your magistrate, your pilot, your prophet, the professor, Nonso Arinzichi. I've still got Uncle Fine Boy, my co-host with me in the studio, our in-house guest analyst, no other than Mr. J. Guys, we're going to the foreign scenes. What are you expecting tonight, guys?
It's all about the Champions League. It's all about some of the transfer that even though the transfer market has ended, but the transfer is still building.
Is still
the likes
on.
of Kylian Mbappe is still all up in our face. He said that this guy might just make this move. And from the body language we are getting from BBC, it seems that Frank Lampard will be having his third return to Chelsea. If that report is anything to go by, because Mauricio Pochettino is having it hot with Chelsea. And we hear that the jobless one, I love to call him that, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, has been contacted by Bayern Munich, surprisingly, to take over the M's of affair if the bad form of Thomas Tuchel continues. Yeah. And of course, Zinedine Zidane is also part of the guys at that Bayern Munich will be listing as their new coach. It seems that great things is happening in Bayern Munich, courtesy of a certain Harry Kane who has gone there, and their trophy Aladdin season is looking like it might just end.
And people call Bundesliga Farmers League.
It's just one club that dominated.
No.
Just one club.
See, with this now, you will come to agree with me that it's a phobia or it's a lock or what is it with a certain arrangement. And that is the same thing I'm seeing with Pochettino. Even though Pochettino went to France, at least did something, we know. But why is it that a trophy that is always associated with Bayern Munich is about eluding them because someone from Tottenham is in Bayern Munich?
Mr. J, hold your thought. We'll come back to all these more, but let's go straight, first of all, to the foreign scene.
To the foreign scene.
Okay, let's begin from a sad note, guys. First of all, we hear that former German defender Andres Bremer, who scored the winning goal in 1990 World Cup final, has died age 63. Bremer converted a late penalty in the final of the 1990 tournament to secure victory against Argentina in Rome, Italy. He earned 86 caps, scoring 8 goals for his country, and won league titles with Kaiserslautern, Bayern Munich, and Inter Milan. Bremer's partner Susan Schofer told German news agency DPA that he died suddenly from cardiac arrest. The versatile left back was at Bayern Munich from 1986 to 1988 and won the Bundesliga title with them in 1987. Sad one, fine boy. Since the football era of the 80s and the 90s are simply evaporating. Then it was Pele, Armando Maradona,
Johan Cruyff.
Exactly, and now Brahma. And then at some point it was the goalkeeper of England when they won the Charlton, and then now
Bobby Charlton, former Man United and English
the
striker.
goalkeeper of England when he won it with him, and now Andres Bremer, the winner of the World Cup in 1990.
Well, my biggest joy as Sport Bishop is that these glorious men with their illustrious career kiss at the football pitch. Goodbye, and kiss the world of the living. Goodbye. It is always on a good note. He's full of age in his 60s, if I'm not mistaken, 63. It shows that yes, he is full of age, even though we would have wanted him to live much more longer than that. But then
if a certain Roy Hodgson is 79 wants to keep his job, why would he say he's full of age?
We are not the Almighty to call the shot. We are not. So if this is the time that the Almighty chooses to call him, come on, we can only appreciate what he has done in the world of sport, and of course I send condolences to the family as well as his wife and children. Bremen is such an exceptional player. I was not alive watching him play football, but come on, I saw some of his clips. It was just a phenomenal left back playing good football for Bayern Munich as well as the German national team. That's a penalty in the final that sealed the trophy for the Diamond Shah. It was indeed a great time to score, especially for a defender. Come on, we wish him all the best in the journey at the other side.
Okay, guys, let's now move to the game of football where we talk about hiring and firing. You know, it's been a week of hiring and firing, and now the latest man under the knife is one man called Guerrero Gattuso. Where Marseille have sacked him as their manager and replaced him with Jean-Louis Gasset. Guess who he is? The former manager of Ivory Coast, who was sacked after the group stage at the African Cup of Nations. Gattuso took over the French club in the late September and lives with the club in 9th in Ligue 1. The Italian claimed just 9 wins from 24 matches as manager, losing 6 during his spells. Gazelle, who was recently sacked by Ivory Coast, had the group stage of the Afcon before they went on to win the tournament. Shocking. This man just lost his job a few weeks ago. And we're saying how bad the Ivorian team played. Here we are. He's got a job in the league on with a top team like Olympique Marseille.
And that tells you another dynamics of football. That you didn't do well with a particular team doesn't mean you are not a good player or you are not a good coach.
Okay.
He ended badly with one side. Yeah. One side saw him not to be doing very well. And another side who are keen on him have snatched him, or they snap up with him immediately.
With even bigger pay from what he's getting at Côte d'Ivoire.
Bigger pay. That is one beautiful thing about football. When he was sacked from Côte d'Ivoire, we were like, why now? But then some people who knows his value also see him and then okay, guy, come. We have trust in you.
There's a place for you here.
Come and do it for us. Gattuso from another. See, there's a lesson in this whole thing that you are a very good footballer does not make you a very good coach. You understand? Gattuso is a very good player for AC Milan, for Italy, and then becoming a coach for AC Milan, he didn't quite do well. then coming to Marseille still like this, maybe he should look elsewhere in his, as in taking it up a different career in his life. But I'm not going to say that to spell that for him.
Yeah.
But then someone who everyone feels, who the Ivorians feel he didn't do well, is seen by Marcel and
as his rescue.
As a rescue.
I come to you, fine boy. Gattuso and in this has become a normal name in the second dictionary. He's been everywhere and anywhere. I think Napoli, AC Milan, fired. He can't seem to keep a job for at least for a year. Is something wrong with his coaching abilities?
For me, I don't think so. He's such a good coach, but not exceptional if you ask me. For 3 months, he was with Marseille team. 15 games played, won 5, drew 5, and of course, lost 5. It's a perfect balance for me. 5. But then I feel that the job of Marseille was too big for him to handle.
Okay.
Perhaps
bigger than AC Milan.
No. For me,
it should be a very good learning ground for him.
No, listen up, Mr. J. What I actually mean is, when you leave such a big club, you've been fired, it is for you to go to a club that at least do not have that big name for you to revive your career. That was what a certain was his name now, Steven Gerrard did with Aston Villa. When he left Rangers was a big club in Scotland. A big club in Scotland.
But compared to Aston Villa.
Yeah, exactly. Then coming to Aston Villa, which is a bigger club, he could not match up with the demand. And then he went to Saudi Arabia. And ever since he's doing well. Imagine leaving Aston Villa and going to a club, let's say like Crystal Palace or perhaps a Tottenham. What do you think will become of his career? And that was what happened to Frank Lampard.
Okay.
He left the Becanti, went to Chelsea, didn't do well, and instead of him to at least go to somewhere where he can revive, he was now looking for a bigger club to show that what Chelsea did wasn't really good. Of course, we know where Everton. And how he has ended. Everton and Chelsea are not Everton compared to Chelsea are not that big of a club when it comes to the both of them. But Everton is not a small club in the EPL. So for General, I love to call him General.
Sorry, hold on. And that's the same manager that Chelsea is penciling down to come back.
There's this bromance between Chelsea and
I don't just.
This
is no longer Abramovich.
Chelsea is not a serious club.
It's no longer Abramovich reign.
I pulled that, and I want to be held accountable for that. And so many Chelsea fans will definitely agree with me, because Chelsea as a club should be going for a grade A or at least a top grade B.
Frank Lampard not a grade A coach.
Come on. For where? What has he done in
is Frank Lampard not a grade A?
Let's not deviate from the Gattuso story.
So guys, you can't be part of the show, guys. You can't be part of. Come on now, we want to hear from you. What do you think? Talk about the issue with Gattuso, Luis Gasset. Let's hear from you guys. 0700 or 010 961 961 0700 010-961-961. Let's hear from you. What do you think about the hiring and firing that is going around across the top leagues in Europe? And let's hear from what do you think. Also send us your WhatsApp message on that same number or message. We'll read those messages out as they come. Moving forward, still looking at the hiring and firing of manager that can't stop anytime soon. We heard at Napoli, who sacked Walter Mazzarri, just barely 2 months him being in charge, as a placed with a Slovakian boss, Francesco Calzona. We had a Mazzarri succeeded with Garcia in November, and yet again he has departed the club. This was the man who had done the press conference hoping to play in the Champions League. 48 hours the Champions League is fired and a new coach has been appointed. Again, there is a problem, fine boy.
Now, the problem with some of this club is they just feel that, look, we can have a new coach to come change the fortune of the club if they are not doing well, without taking time to assess their incoming coach, taking time to assess whom they are going to take next.
But what else terrible?
Not disputing that fact, right?
Absolutely
not disputing that fact, because even the way Walter came in from Rudy Garcia. From Rudy Garcia. Rudy Garcia took over from
Spalletti.
Spalletti, exactly. That is the name I'd want to mention. When Spalletti won the Scudetto after 33 years, and we all know that from the body language, he will bow out now that the ovation was loudest at that time. It was up to the Napoli board to take their time and assess their new coach. They had to quickly snap in Rudy Garcia because he was actually doing well in Saudi Pro League, but then he was let go due to some mutual understanding. It was let go. It wasn't a concrete decision on who is going to come next, and we are not seeing how Napoli is heading. Look at and the likes of Marseille bringing in Gasset, the coach that Ivory Coast had to fire for poor performance deservedly, and is the one that is coming to take over from Gattuso. And now Walter Mazzarri have been fired by Napoli, and a Slovakia. Now looking at his CV in the world of coaching, you cannot compare to what Napoli wants at this moment. They are going to play a hungry Barcelona who wants to prove something in the Champions League. If you ask me, this
the only hope of silverware.
This signing is a rush, is a panic rush for Napoli, and they will have themselves to play moving forward.
Do you agree with him, Jay?
You call Barcelona a hungry Barcelona.
Of course, they are hungry.
They are hungry, but what have they done to really show that they are hungry in any?
Come on, this is a team that is struggling financially.
In all of this,
their club, their stadium,
and how sure are you that team will not still strike them in the competitions they are going into? Yeah. Although let's keep that aside. Football, that is.
But like a fine boy did say, in football there are coaches who have been fired and those who are willing to be fired. That's the type of managers we have. Is it that you're willing to be fired, or you resign like a club or run away like some say, or you're about to be fired? I don't know.
And that also goes to tell us how beautiful and dynamic this whole thing is all about. You may be in one team or in one place, one position, where they think you might not be doing well. This team that is happening to coach now is also happening to players, because you look at.
I think the coaches are much worse. A player play badly, they fire the coach. They get a new manager. They play badly again, they fire the coach. And nobody seems to be pointing the fingers like these players are not good enough for what's going on.
It's just like the man who is the head of the family. When the children are hungry, you point out to the father. When they are doing well, you say, this man is that. Come on. It's not easy for the job of a coach. But you see, the job of the coach is to lead the team. And when the team is doing well, it is only the glory of the coach. Perfect example, you look at the Real Madrid. When the players are doing well, all praises goes to Carlo Ancelotti. Forgetting that there was a certain Rudiger, there was a certain Vinicius Junior, a certain Tchouaméni who are dictating the things in the middle and getting the job done up in the attack and mopping the defense. Everybody are looking at the coach. But when the coach are not doing well, they say, Eric Ten Hag, you're not a good coach. You're a fraud.
Anyway, we've got a message from the YouTube page. Someone sending us the prediction. It says, Inter Milan 2, Real Madrid nil. Samuel from Kabusa.
Is it Real Madrid or
sorry,
Atletico Madrid?
Atletico Madrid nil. So Samuel from Kabusa. Samuel, I've seen that message, but please do complete the prediction. There are 2 games going on tonight. Like I said, you can't be part of the show. Simple. Just subscribe. When you do that, you then go to the message and tell us what you think. Simple. What do you think will be the scoreline in both games? These are the 2 games. For those who are still listening to me, you can send your prediction on message, on WhatsApp, and on either WhatsApp call or normal call. Simple. The 2 games are Inter vs Atletico Madrid and PSV Eindhoven vs Borussia Dortmund. The numbers are 0700 010 691 691. That is 0700 010 691 691. You can also send your prediction like Sawe did on YouTube. Go there and show you show watch. You can see us live. Look at how fine ball looks beautiful. It looks pretty like a married man. Absolutely.
Like the name.
Absolutely. And then obviously you can see Mr. J, and obviously you can have it glance at the bishop if you want to. Anyway, or you have to if I put it that way. Anyway, guys, let's go to the major talking point of the day, which is the champions. But before that, let's go to Kylian Mbappe, a player who can't leave the news. He's been in the news for over a week. We started talking about that, Mr. J, where he told the club, see after training, thank you, don't bring any offer, I want to leave. As you see me, so now Waka gate.
And he has offered enough.
Yeah. Who asked you? He just told the player, see you, I'm leaving at the end of the season, take it or leave it, don't bring any offer.
And they shouldn't.
And don't ask me where I'm going to eat that, but I'm leaving.
I will know where he's going.
Now we've heard that he has agreed a deal to join Real Madrid this summer. The French captain has told PSG he intends to leave the club with the contract expiring in June. Mbappe has not signed a contract with Real Madrid yet, but the deal could be announced once it's no longer possible for the club to meet in this season's Champions League. The World Cup winner is PSG record scorer with 244 goals. He scored 4 in the Champions League, 21 in the league, 193, and of course, a number 143 and 93 assists in over 290 games. The boy is indeed the real factor. We hear that if he's going to sort out his future, he would have to let go, we hear, of a financial a financial, let something go financially, or Madrid will have to pay an offer for him. Ancelotti has been silent, fine boy. What's going on? You seem to have followed this story for about 24 hours right now, fine boy. Let's start with you, fine boy. What is going on with Mbappe and Real Madrid?
Mbappe, simply put, wants money, wants glory, and wants to be the face of any place he goes to. And that is what Real Madrid would definitely offer. Recall that Kylian Mbappe's move to Real Madrid didn't just start a few days ago.
Absolutely.
It wasn't just there a few weeks ago. It's been there for over 4 transfer windows, I can tell you, dating back from 2 seasons ago, before the likes of Messi had to join PSG to keep him. And when Messi left 2 seasons later, the old transfer saga began again with Manchester United and Liverpool entering into the fray of signing Kylian Mbappe. And right now, it seems that this transfer will finally be put to bear, where Kylian Mbappe have told PSG, just like the sport bishop rightly said, I am not extending my contract with PSG. I want to go. But the biggest story now is Real Madrid are no longer forcing that move like they were forcing before, because they feel that, look, we are now in cruise control to get this guy. We have the yam, we have the oil, we have the gas, we have the sauce, we have everything to dictate the pace of this guy, either to come out or not to. And from the body language of a certain Luka Modric, that jersey number 10, iconic jersey, would just be for Kylian Mbappe. And trust Real Madrid with their franchise and their merchandise, they know how to recover that money. And Kylian Mbappe wants to be the face of a Madrid's attack. Vinicius Jr. is smiling to have him there. Rodrigo wants him to be there. And not forgetting Jude Bellingham. These guys are young and hungry, and they want a Kylian Mbappe. So for me, that move is done and dusted. 5-year contract. Almost sealed, signed, but almost sealed. And trust me, Mr. J, Kylian will go.
But there's one key component that Kylian Mbappe has to understand, and that is the financial aspect. It's a very key component because, like you said, he's ready not to sign any new contract again. And we all understood that there's no reason for him to sign any new contract with PSG again, because what he's been longing for, he has laurels as a target in his career.
He has won it all with PSG when it comes to the French league and all that.
But the most we understand that is the most important, and that was the
if he
main
wins
reason.
that trophy,
that was the main reason PSG kept him. To push for the Champions League. And unfortunately, I don't think even if he stayed at PSG for the next 10 years, he will be able to win it. And he has his career running because footballing career is time. Do you understand?
Football's got age, short career.
He's got age. You have to work with that time. And if he has to go elsewhere, which club has a financial capability to recruit him with his huge financial demand?
Madrid, of course.
Certainly Real Madrid. And the possibility of him, with the way he's firing and with the prospect he has in him, to becoming a world football player,
the Ballon d'Or
at a certain time.
Exactly.
It's a very good.
Real Madrid is where he can win
very good ground for him to go, because you see, if he comes to England, for instance. It's only players like Haaland who are still yet to disappoint. Moving to Premier League.
See yet to what? Disappoint?
They are still yet to disappoint.
Haaland have been firing blank.
He's still yet to disappoint. That's why I'm saying
he has come under the media. That's another story.
He's still yet to disappoint.
According to you,
with the aura with which he came into Premier League.
According to you, Mr. J.
No, he's still yet to disappoint.
It's another debate.
He hasn't disappointed because he's still leading the scorers chart in all. As in,
when was the last time a certain Haaland got a goal or two in a game?
Who wants to stop in Paris Saint-Germain? Who wants to stop in Ligue 1? With top striker is there.
No. Let me go back to fine boy. The record he has created as an entrant into a Premier League, as a newcomer, a new signing coming in. He come into the league as a newcomer and he won the Golden Boot. What else do you expect from that card? Do you think that Kylian Mbappe coming to Premier League will be able to match Erling Haaland's feet? I doubt. I am confidently beating my chest that he wouldn't be. Which club will
if he plays with Kevin De Bruyne, he can and overpass it. The boy is a beast.
But Man City is not coming for him. Is it Man U that he will go and match that feat, or Liverpool? No, the best place for him to go is certainly Real Madrid.
Okay.
We'll wait and see, guys.
But he has to drop his money.
We hear that the deal will be announced if both of them cannot meet in the Champions League. I hopefully they meet. Let's see who's the bigger power, if you ask me. But for now, keep sending those messages on WhatsApp. They would count on 0700 010 691 Send it on SMS as well. They all count. Put us a call on WhatsApp or normal call. We'll take those calls. They all count. And of course, like we told you on YouTube, go live to Voice of the People Abuja. Go watch the show live, and of course drop your predictions there and your comment as well, and we would also let you know. Don't forget to subscribe as well on the channel. Okay guys, let's go to the Champions League because we're almost running out of time. 2 games going down tonight. One at the Giuseppe Meazza Stadium, also known as the San Siro, and the other one we played at the Philippe Stadion. It is International vs Atletico Madrid, PSV Eindhoven, Borussia Dortmund. Guys, where are you pitching your tent? Because I will have to get your predictions too, because you guys will have to help us here. I'll start with you, Mr. J. Okay. Where are you pitching your tent? We know that Inter Milan has played Atletico Madrid 3 times. They've drawn
twice,
one
actually.
each. Twice they've won each. No, I think it's twice.
Yes.
They've won each one each. For PSV Eindhoven and Dortmund has played them 3 times. Have won twice and drawn 1. So Dortmund are favourites on paper. But where do you pitch your tent in both games? Jay, Inter, Atletico Madrid.
Inter, let me just have a say on this game, because Inter is a game is a side that knows how to score. They know how to score very well.
Absolutely, they're scoring with reckless abandon.
Real, what's it called? Atletico Madrid are the side that knows how to defend very well. So tonight we wait to see whether they will defend very well or whether Inter will strike very well. So I am looking at that game.
A lot of people still believe that Diego Simeone has gone past his best time at Atletico Madrid. He can't take them more than this.
I am saying
but if he wins the Champions, don't forget he's been at 2 finals. He's won the Europa League twice, but he's been at 2 Champions League finals. I beg 3, and he has failed to win it.
He wouldn't even get to the final. This particular one.
Fireboy seems to be looking at you with the bombastic side eyes.
Inter will eliminate Atletico Madrid this time around, because Inter is going. If Inter can nick it in this time, because I'm seeing a draw game.
Okay.
But when they get back to
Madrid,
exactly, they will be feeling like, oh, we are here, we will kill it here, and that is when Inter will shock them.
I'll come back to your prediction. Fine, boy.
It's going to be a score drop between Inter Milan and Atletico Madrid for me.
Okay.
And the return fixtures, will see Atletico Madrid going through. They're going to defeat Inter Milan in the second leg, but the first leg will end in a draw. And for PSV and Borussia Dortmund, I see a narrow win for Borussia Dortmund. So all you bookers, stake your claim on Borussia Dortmund. It's going to be a 2-1 win for Borussia Dortmund.
Jay, you want to sit on the fence as well?
No. For Inter, Atletico Madrid is a draw. But whether score or goalless, I wouldn't want to say. But it's even going to be a goalless draw.
PSV Eindhoven?
PSV Eindhoven and Borussia Dortmund.
Yes.
Borussia Dortmund.
Jay, again, I don't think since we started this prediction, he hasn't gotten one.
I haven't gotten one, but I'm going to get it tonight.
When the Super Eagles is playing, he gets it right.
Anyway, let's let you know sad news for Liverpool fans. We hear that Diego Jota faces out with a knee injury sustained in the win against Brentford. Yet another injury worry. Salah is with games in the Premier League. Man City will take on Brentford. That game is 8:30 p.m.
The much awaited outstanding game.
Absolutely, they win. They go second, 1 point behind Liverpool. Championship, we have Cardiff at Blackburn Rovers. Ipswich Town will take on Rotterdam United. Plymouth Argyle will take on West Bromwich Albion. Of course, it's Southampton vs Hull City. Before we leave the studio, guys, a pretty lady just walked in. Fine boy. You know you're the finest boy on radio talking sports. She's the prettiest girl talking every other thing
just
except
talking
sports.
Exactly.
How you doing today? Welcome. I know you're about kicking us out of the studio.
Shouldn't he graduate from being a fine boy? Like, I mean,
you ask the question, stick to the question and leave the.
Didn't you just conclude your man?
So he's out of the fine boy league now.
Didn't you conclude your manhood exercise? Are you not a man now?
Is it your hood?
Can you not just leave this boy thing and let us call you Franklin in peace? The people have questions, Franklin. We have questions and we deserve answers. Anyway, Evening Rush continues with VIP Lifestyle 360. If you've ever felt the brunt of navigating your way through relationships and, business and career, well, then I guess today's episode is for you. Guys, we all know that. I'm talking to the guys in the studio now. We all know how difficult it is and overwhelming it is to have to navigate between your life, then your life with an individual, then your life with the people you work with, then your business, and then your career. Does it get overwhelming for you guys sometimes?
Help me.
The question is for the guys and not for the man. So
You're still a boy.
Past the man, so I'll leave it for the guys. So guys,
this
up
one
to you.
touched me. It touched me.
No, but then again, I mean, I totally would think that it's pretty much overwhelming. I mean, you have to eat healthy. You have to do at least 10,000 steps a day. Keep up with drinking 3
and your in-laws will be there to come and meet you.
You still have a wife you have to meet at home, or a husband or children you have to navigate, helping to do their homework, and you have to make sure that they are being raised, in the right way. You still have your church life or your mosque life, whatever religious life you have. You now have a business. You now have a boss you have to respond to. And those of us on radio, you know that radio work doesn't end when you leave the studio. Wait, continue to.
It's actually overwhelming.
It gets overwhelming, but there's a way to.
Yeah. Being a man, this is one of the qualities, characters of criteria, or what you have to meet to become a man. That is why being a man is different from being a boy. You just have to match up with all this thing and still continue. That's why you are a man.
She'll get more time to do more of that. So sit back, relax. After we leave the studio, Blessing will be here. She'll take you on a jolly ride. She would not stop until she gives you 3 or 4 hours of exciting. Absolutely.
Here till 8 p.m.
So for me, don't forget Sport Beat is 8:30 a.m. tomorrow morning. 4 p.m. it's Sport Lounge, and on Saturday every other day of the week it is 3 to 6. Sports Soccer Board will bring you up to speed with everything. Football, and more football. Okay, massive thank you to Mr. J. God bless you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, fine boy. Come on, we'll do this more of this. It's becoming a routine anyway. And thank you to